Hello, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. I always feel like the big giant head on Third Rock from the Sun when I'm doing these. That's all you see is head. And anyway, I wanted to talk about lucid dreams today, particularly the dream that we're all sharing now. However, I think it's useful to have a little bit of background on just lucid dreams in general. I used to have lucid dreams when I was a kid, a high variety of them. And for instance, let's say I had a monster, like a Frankenstein type of thing coming in. This is an actual example. Well, Frankenstein type thing coming after me, and whatever. Probably watched too much sci-fi before bedtime. And I recognized that I was in a dream. You know, I didn't know particularly how. I just knew that I was. And I actually told the monster, I'm like, hey, if you keep chasing me, I'm just going to go and change up the circumstances, peace type of thing. And so obviously that didn't happen, and I did like the Tasmanian devil thing. I'd close my eyes and I'd spin and do something, and when I would open my eyes, not in physical reality but in the dream state, it would be different and it would be a lot more pleasant. And it might change and migrate and progress as time goes on through the dream state. But then I would just do the same thing over and over and over. And sometimes I could wake myself up if I knew that it was something I didn't really, if I kept having the same reoccurring type of things coming that were unpleasant, I would wake myself up and go use the bathroom or whatever. But I think that preface is really important. Oh, and I used to actually be able to fly, Superman type of fly, which was awesome. And like awesome, because, you had some speed going too. I had to run and jump and to do the flying thing. But I have to say, oddly, it was very draining, and not physically, but mentally. Like I felt, and matter of fact, I would fall back to the ground, after a while when I did it for a while, like my batteries were empty or something, or I didn't have battery pack or anything. It was actually flying like Superman. I think I even had a cape one time, but I didn't have any energy left. And I don't remember if I felt drained during the course of the day or whatnot. It's not like I kept a journal at that point in time. But I think it's just useful to frame that type of lucid dream to compare it to what I'm going to compare it to now. You're seeing me in your reality, and you're dreaming me. You're dreaming me. You're a soul, an eternal soul in a timeless reality, which has chosen to go to sleep in a sense, as much as we can understand it at this point in time in our language, in this particular density. You chose to go to sleep and have a physical reality experience. And it's because you are eternal, and it was fun. It was something to do, and it was an experience that hadn't been had before in this particular type of environment, a positive and negative. So you're dreaming me right now in your dream. So just think about that for a moment. You're dreaming me, and you're dreaming everyone in your dream. Everything in your dream. Everything is a reflection. There's nobody. I'm not in your reality. You're putting a representation of me in your reality. An energetic representation, a reflection, a mirror. Everything is shadows, shadow boxing. It's just a reflection of other things that you've put there. And how I look and how the room that you're in looks now compared to how I perceive it, if I was there with you, would be slightly different. For instance, the color red. In science now, they can measure people's perception of color, and some people don't perceive color at all. It's the experience they wanted to have. But red for each individual is slightly different. It's not red. I should tell you that there's some flexibility there as well, and that it depends on the dreamer. And there's much in the way of culture, Hinduism, Buddhism, a lot of isms that really refer to this type of state, that you are the dreamer in your own dream. The seer and the seen are one. There are many examples you can cite that the dreamer recognizes that they are in the dream. Now, law of attraction, if you're fond of Abraham-Hicks, which is where the idiom of law of attraction came from, the secret was basically, they did it, Abraham-Hicks did it in the 90s, or earlier, I think maybe late 80s. Hit it a little harder in the 90s, I think mid-90s, because the energy was coming up more and more. But the secret, really wrapped it in a nice wrapper that was easy and had a lot of people that could talk about it. So law of attraction basically is kind of like the principle in this well, it's the organizing principle for all reality, physical and non-physical. It just happens to be the way that this one is constructed. Now, what you're thinking and what you're getting in principle are the same. So if you want a car, for instance, or you want to go somewhere, a lot of times we think that money is required to do that. Now, abundance is having what you need when you need it and being able to do what you need to do when you want to do it. It doesn't necessarily mean money. You want to go to Hawaii and then the opportunity comes up to do something that you would like and that is exciting to do in Hawaii, and somebody has an extra ticket, or you win a contest, or it doesn't have to be money. When you say I want to go do something, or I want to spend 15 minutes and no more, focusing your energy, you are literally making, since there is only now, only one moment, you're focusing your energy and making more probable the realities that you want to experience, is how it works in quantum science, superposition, and collapse with the waveform, all that good stuff. So you are the dreamer in your dream, and when you recognize that, things change dramatically, because you are literally awake in the dream. You give off different energy. You recognize that this is an eternal game, that this is temporary, but you are forever. So you never die. You just change perspective, and honestly, you don't die until you choose the time to die. Some weird exceptions to that, but you have the choice of coming back because it is your dream and you have all control over it. So you're dreaming me, I'm dreaming you. We are the dreams of all that is. All that is dreaming us into awareness and consciousness, just as we are the dream of all that is. So it's holistic, it's circular, it's now, it's all at once, it's infinite. And if you recognize even just a small portion of that, you can have tremendous malleability in space and time, because you recognize that it's your construct, you're making it, it's you. It's an aspect of you. They are reflections. Now, you have challenges that you put there. You didn't want to come to have things be all rosy and fun, because you could have stayed in non-physical reality and had things all be rosy and fun. So why wouldn't you want challenges when you do different things and you read different books, or you go to different classes, or you want the next job level, or you're a painter and you want to learn a different technique because you want some more intricacy, or you saw that Fibonacci lines in a certain way in correspondence with some other patterns brings out the more detail and beauty and gives better depth, or any number of things. The whole point is you came to do more and more and learn more, and this is a dream that you bring away for your immortal soul, and it's an experience that stays with you forever. And this particular dream is unique in space and time. Earth is a unique place in space and time, and other videos on that, because that is just something I can drone on about forever. So again, you're the dream of all that is. You're dreaming you're dreaming everyone in your dream. You're dreaming me. So you are the dreamer in your dream. Just come to terms with that. Process it in your own time. Ask questions. Seek people out. Ask, if you want to talk to me, talk to me. I'm happy to have our sessions with anyone as a complimentary session, just to have a discussion. For a one-time session, I'll have a conversation. I can do that on Skype or on phone. Face-to-face if you're out, depending on where I am, because I've been traveling. But I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to share. That is the core idea, that you are the dreamer in your dream. And there's a number of different ways to represent that, and there's a number of different disciplines, all these different types of cultures, all these different types of ways of saying it. Kabbalah says it in a different way, says it in a different way, and has a different spin on it. But when you grind it down, it's all pretty much the same thing, that you are the dreamer within the greater dream. You're the dreamer. And it doesn't matter how that's said, because all those types of labels are within creation. So it's a part of creation. It's done within creation. Creation doesn't care what kind of label you put on it. It's happy to have any type of label on it, because it unconditionally loves everyone in creation. And to get into creation and all that stuff is obviously, I did a video on that as well. That's a detailed topic. But I hope that's helpful. Love and light, and have a fantastic day.